Well, hello, gorgeous people. So it's Suze from Crowfire Soul Crafting. So I'm here to show you a drizzle stitch, and I've already videoed this once, hence why I've got lots of stitches on my needle. And I'm gonna carry on from here because I don't really want to start it again. So the secret to drizzle stitches, so this are long ones. This this video is for Kim as well, who wanted to know how I make them so long. So this is sort of a normal biggish, I don't know if it's a tapestry needle. I don't think it, no, because it's, no, I don't think it is. But anyway, it's a biggish needle compared to one of my little thin ones, and that would be what you'd normally use, or say maybe even a fatter one, this one. But to make extra long drizzles, you need extra long needles. This is a very long one, and this one is a little bit smaller than this one, not drastically. These are doll needles. I'm not sure what they're used for, maybe putting eyes in dolls. I really don't know, but so if you Google extra long needles or doll needles, they'll come up. And the other thing you need is some sort of thing to stick your needle in, because what you do is you come up, I'll show again at the end of it, but you come up through whatever you want to stitch on, and then you put your needle back down next to where you come up, and then you take your thread out of the eye of the needle, and then basically your drizzle is, let's get in there, round your finger like that and up over the needle and pull a little bit, round the finger, up over the needle, pull a little bit, round the finger, up over the needle, pull a little bit, and you keep doing that till you get as long drizzle stitch as you want, or as you use up your thread. And the nearer you get to the top of the needle, if you're doing it nice and loosely, you can push your thread down, and then you've got more space on your needle, and that'll make even longer drizzles. So sorry this isn't a great video. I knew it wouldn't be because I don't have the equipment, so hence why I normally just show you things I'm doing rather than tutorials. But maybe at some point I'll get some equipment. So round the finger, just literally that, and twist round on the needle, and keep going, keep going. You do get quicker and quicker as well. It gets a bit more difficult as you get to the top, because sometimes your stitch will go on top of another stitch, but I never care about that. I never care. It can do that if it wants. Right, I mean, I would normally carry on. So we've got, look, a good long length. It won't be that long, because once you pull them up, they shorten. They don't stay that long. So, and I've got a massive long thread on my needle. I shouldn't have put on this long. Let's thread it through again. So normally, like I say, that I would have carried on a lot longer than that. So we thread the needle again, then I take it off my little pad. There's the needle there, and then we just start to pull through, and I do this very gently, and I start to pull off the thread from the needle whilst pushing through the fabric. So I'm pulling these off. I've done them nice and gently, and then I'm pulling through the fabric. So I get my needle through, and then I want to get all that through. Remember, you've got a tail bit that, there we go, it's come through. I've got it through, so that's okay. And then because this is so stupidly long, this is going to be difficult. Then normally what I do is I put my finger in there while I'm pulling so that it doesn't tangle up too much. So I want to hold at least one side of it. So let's see if I can do that and show you. So I carry on pulling. It's pulling, it's pulling. See how short it gets. The more you do. I really shouldn't have put such a long. Now you see I've got it all tangling up. So we don't want that. We've actually got a knot because our thread is too long. That's the only thing. You've got to do it very slowly when you're going through, because you normally got longer sort of thread on your yarn than normal, on your needle than you'd say normally would. Keep going. I've got that wrapped around my hand now. Keep going. And at this stage you can pull them longer. Then it won't be as tight. You keep going till you got it right back in. Now it's got to come off my hand. Now I keep pulling, and then I've got that. Now I can still make that a bit longer by just pulling it out a bit, and this way you get a drizzle of like maybe chunky bits, so it's like a bit of thick and thin. So you see I've made it longer by just pulling it out a bit. But if you use a long needle and use up all your thread, you're going to get a very long one anyway. Then do you know what, I'm going to cut this thread because this is so long, it's going to make it easier. I'm really not sure how good this video is going to look. I'll watch it, and then if it's really rubbish, I don't know, I might have to try and do yet another one. Right, I'm threading the needle, having a bit of a struggle there because I am using wool, not thread, and the plies are starting to come apart. There we go, we got it in. So let me show you the difference in these two needle sizes. So see, that one is a bit shorter. I tend to use this one a lot and this one not so much because I have to put so much yarn on and it takes quite a long time. Right, now I've got that through, I need to anchor it. What I tend to do is if I've got a lot of thread still on there, then I'm going to come back through and I'm going to do another one. But obviously I've shortened the thread. So often what I do then is some French knots, and I probably would take this needle out and I'd do like a lot of, yeah, it's very hard with this needle to do them. Let's see if that'll work. But then you can get, oh, it's tied itself round. That's not, oh, there we go. And then you can do like really loose, fat sort of, look at them. So they're quite good. But I normally, oh God. I normally do them to anchor if I'm not going to do another drizzle there. And I mean, we could come out and we could do another drizzle. Oh, I need to show you how. So when you start in a drizzle, I've got loads of cotton that's got stuck at the back and didn't come right through. When you're starting, you come up through the bottom, then you get your pad. I made this out of, this is like a pan scrubber inside here, and I wrapped it in felt and sewed it up, and it's quite handy. But I do need another thickness, so I might add some stuff in there actually, because it's got like a little pocket. Right, so you pop that on there, on whatever pad thing you're using, cushion maybe, oh, and then you put your needle next to where you come up, not right on the same bit but next to it, Then you pull your thread out of your needle. Why does the needle look like it's, I think it's because the camera's on a jointy angle. I'm on a jointy angle. And that's when you start. You wrap round your finger. It's going to be a bit difficult to do this because it's now the thread is too short for this needle. There we go. You wrap round, pull, wrap round, pull. I suppose we could try a little tiny one with what we've got left on. Use up the thread. Yeah, so just wrapping round your finger, over the top of the needle, down, wrap round your finger, down over the needle. And then we thread up the needle again. Poke it through. And then we want to come off the pad. We're at the back there. This one being small, we can just pull through. And we've got a little tiny drizzle next to it. Looks like a little small French knot, really. Funny. A very strange French knot. That's quite cool though. And yeah, so I don't know if the video is going to be good enough. I hope it is. So to make long drizzle stitches, you do exactly the same as you do to make any drizzle stitch. The secret is the length of your needle. You need long needles. And if you're using like a thinner thread, say you're using something like this type of thing, this is great. And this, you know, because it's smaller. I just thought the wool would show it better on camera, but it's obviously thinner, but so it takes, you take a lot of thread is what I'm trying to say. You use a lot of thread, but you can use all sorts of things. I used this wool here that's even got glitter in, and this did work. It's like a fluffy wool, but when you're doing it with anything like this, you can do it. You need to be really careful, because when you're curling it around your finger and putting it on the needle, if you start to pull tightly, this is just gonna come apart. But it does actually work. And obviously you can do it with all your floss. I would say probably don't go any less than 3 lots of floss or a whole 6 strand, because you're just never going to do it with 1 strand of cotton. I haven't done it. I don't know what it looks like. Maybe I should have a go. But I mean, I just don't know. I mean, especially if you're doing a long length, just 1 strand, I mean, you'd use tons of it, I would think. So you can use all sorts of, you can use glittered threads. They can be a bit difficult. So for me, it's just like, if you're using a more difficult yarn, you know, you just wrap very gently, go over the needle, and you do it nice and slowly. And it's the bit at the end where you're coming out, you need to hold that thread at the bottom, because otherwise it can get really tangled. So I you know, wrap it around my hand if it's very long, or hold it as I'm trying to pull back through, because it can get tangled up. I mean, obviously the more yarn you're using, the longer the drizzle stitch, the more capacity for it to get tangled. So just go nice and slow. And yeah, hopefully this video is helpful, Kim. I'm sure it was Kim. If I've got your name wrong, I am so sorry, but I'm sure it was Kim. I can't check at the minute, but yeah, so long drizzles, yeah, easy peasy, just long needle. Long drizzle equals long needle. Short drizzle, you can use a shorter needle. Fatter drizzle, use a fatter needle. Skinnier drizzle, use skinnier needle, skinnier thread. test it out with different threads, and just do, you know, hold it and be very slow as you're pulling through, because it can get tangled because of the amount of thread. I mean, you know that if you're doing embroidery and stuff, you know, the longer the thread, the more capability of it getting all tangled up. And I think Susan Humphrey says it should only be the length of your elbow or something, like not the length of your elbow, from your hand to your elbow should sort of be the length of your thread you use for traditional sort of normal embroidery techniques and stitches and things, so it doesn't have the tendency then to get all tangled up. But yeah, hopefully that helps. And if the video isn't great, I won't be posting it, so you won't know I won't be posting it. So if it's up, I thought I could get away with it. If you think I can't and it's rubbish, do tell me, and I will try again. But my setup is rubbish. I don't think I'm rubbish. I just think it's my setup and how, well, maybe I'm rubbish at filming. I don't know. Maybe that is correct. But yeah, long drizzles. So I'm going to go. Thank you for requesting the video. Like I say, I really would love to do much more tutorials and things, but I just really struggle with the setup. And yeah, so thank you everyone for subscribing. Thank you with coming along this YouTubey journey with me. And yeah, if you could thumbs up and like and all that stuff with the video for those stupid algorithm things. I don't even understand any of it, so I don't even know why I say it. If you like the video, that's great. If you don't, I'm sorry. And I shall see you in the next one. Happy crafting, happy sewing, happy journaling. Oh, whatever you're doing in your crafty world, I hope you really, really enjoy it from a very, very dark, grey, drizzly England. Love and blessings. Bye.